Way too bright, ain't it?
Oh, well.
Well, I know how to tone it right back down.
That's wonderful. My foot gets cold and then it hurts to step on it.
You said your foot gets old and it hurts to step on it.
Cold.
Oh, cold. Oh, okay.
When you're active, you know, you're all right, but then you stop and you pull off and, oh my
What's wrong with your foot?
I guess it's one of those situations where I might be developing a heel spur or something like that. I haven't worked out my foot, so that's probably what it is.
I've had those. I got one now, but my diabetic shoes don't
Don't let you
they
go.
keep me from worrying about it.
Yeah, good for you. I've been wearing too many flat shoes and it's partially at fault. Well, it's because I was wearing tennis shoes this morning on account that I was cleaning the house. And then I had another little pair of boots that are not high either, so. And now these, so it's a lot of flat. The foot needs to go through all kinds of heights to keep yourself well balanced.
So how long did that seizure last?
Not long at all. I thought you were coming out of it, and you kind of, bit a few more times, and then you came out of it. I just kept talking to you, and praying in Jesus' name.
This morning,
A while ago, coming in here.
you wouldn't give me my basket.
Right after I gave you that basket, I went back over to the car. Apparently I had a seizure when I got back over to the car. And somebody called an ambulance. An ambulance showed up out there.
Really?
Yeah, I asked them not to. People don't listen to you.
Well, they panic. Oh.
I didn't know he'd seen you out there. I didn't know.
Yeah, he went and got me a basket.
Well, what happened was I was already having one of those delusional,
Yeah.
you know, and I went over and got a basket, and when I turned around, I realized, well, there's a basket right there by the car. I mean, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd seen you pull up, so I said,
Yeah,
well,
I was gonna get that basket.
I said, let me just, I'll give this one to Nora.
Yeah.
So I walked over there and gave you the basket, and when I got back over to the car, apparently that's when I had the seizure.
Oh.
Well, you had already started passing by, so apparently you loaded up real quick. You were, you just had everything ready to go.
I
and-
saw Ms. Rheda in her car, and when I turned around and looked, and she was just sitting there, and you were getting her stuff. So everything looked all right.
Yeah. Well, somewhere after that, right away.
I know, those suckers come out, creep by me or something. Have you had any studies that can tell you what can be
Yeah,
helped or done?
I've seen neurologists for 10 years.
And they still haven't given you any conclusions? I had asked
I've seen some of the best
Angela.
neurologists that there are.
Angela's husband had the same situation, and it was a little tumor on the brain. I forgot whether it was left or right. He got it removed, and he's.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they suggested the last time I saw them that the only option might be surgery, but they didn't, surgery for what, they didn't know.
Oh no, they have to know what they're going in there for, not
Yeah.
just.
I thought, well, that doesn't sound like a good plan, let's,
Yeah.
let's don't do that.
Well, in this case, they were aware it's a little tumor that was growing in his.
They've given me MRIs and EEGs and, they've x-rayed my brain, so apparently they haven't found anything,
No, Angela's husband, they said that you can clearly see it on the
Yeah.
CAT scan.
Well, they have CAT scans, you haven't they? Oh,
Yeah, they've done everything. The only thing they said was that my brain was kind of about the size of a peanut. Yeah.
No, that's usually the size of the tumor.
that's what you might have heard.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing? You did? Oh, gosh. At work? Yeah. Well, okay, I'll see you next week then. If you feel like it, come Thursday. All right. Thanks for calling, I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Is that Miss Ross?
Yeah, she hurt her back.
Oh, no. You get on laughing.
Well, I got one, I just forgot.
Doesn't she work in the customer service booth?
In, yeah, in Galena Park.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, how can you hurt your back in the customer service booth?
Yeah.
Not sure she heard it at work, she said she didn't know how she did it.
No.
I'm tired of fooling these stupid things. I'm gonna put straight things down here for you.
No, go pick on a vase or something else. Make those flowers right there. That way we can work from the back forward. They're gonna be neat to get done anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna put very many of those.
Okay, whatever you can put, that corner back.
Well, they're way back there, so I mean,
Whatever I'm gonna put it on.
That way you have, you can work on things like that, right? You go start from the back forward. rule, but I don't know what happened.
Where? Up here?
No, you say you start from the back forward.
I know.
That's what I said, I don't know what happened.
Well, you know.
Change your mind. Well, when you know what you're doing, it's easy. But I can see why would you say that, the reason you say start from the back forward, so that when we apply things, they actually look like they're in front of it and not the way you do it.
Do as I say, but
Not as I do.
yeah.
That's okay. That was the only thing I would never say to my kids, because I said so. But then I would aggravate the child, because I changed my mind, because I thought they did and then they hold.
'Cause I'm your mother and I'll beat you.
No, my mother would say, I brought you in and I'll take you out. Okay. Our favorite phrase was, do you want to pick up your teeth in that corner? I know she was going to smack you and they're going to fall away over there. And then we turn around and think, how many times has she actually hit you? None. How about you? None. I said, why were we so afraid of her? It was a very odd. She had this look, and you just felt like, I'm gonna pee on the spot, 'cause she was looking at me with those eyes. And we never got hurt. My brother did. Oh, my brother would get bad. But that was Dennis and Menace plus the devil inside. He was in trouble.
My brother, I don't know, I didn't think he was bad. But he was full of stuff, I'll tell you. We used to go places and Mother thought I would tell on him when we got home, and I never told on him. And
She was counting on you to tell her.
she found it out, I guess. She said, I should have known she wouldn't tell him.
Yeah, but you would think he's smart. If I tapped on him, he's gonna come and smack me when my mom's not here.
No, I didn't get him in trouble. I didn't get him in trouble.
I wouldn't dare, because I was the oldest, and everybody was taller than me.
But I
so-
was older than him.
Yeah, me too. I was always afraid of my sisters and my brother.
I wasn't afraid of anybody.
I was too short. And I could never defend myself, because all I did was cry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you better hurry and get a gun, because Obama's going to change the law and then you won't be able to get a gun.
What's he gonna do?
Change the law and she won't be able to get a gun.
Get what gun?
Gun?
Oh, gun? Yeah, I want a dozen. I want 2 or 3 of them.
Get you like a couple of straps of ammo that you can wear like.
Oh, Ricky went over to San Antonio popping off about Obama, and Rick's uncle voted for him. And
Give him a dirty look.
no, he told him he voted for him.
So son, hush up.
I told him, I said, you know, I still like you. It's not like that. It's, you know,
It's not personal.
you know.
It's the man himself.
And I realized the options. We had no options. Who were you going to vote for?
No, not much. Okay, I gotta do something here. That's mine.
Oh, well, get another one.
Yeah, I'm on go. Look how much I've used it already.
Hey, lady.
What's it for?
Her nose.
What's my nose paper?
Oh.
I used it once and tore off of it and started using it for this.
So that's what that is on your nose.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, here. I'm just gonna go down like this. I need to come out in there with some foliage.
Do we have one of those by the phone?
Yeah. Those are basically on the spot. Ours says antique gold on the box, and that's not gold. The Republicans are now voting for homosexuals to
They are?
get married. Yeah. And Barbara Bush,
Well, Ricky, now I never believed that they were religious in the first place. I believed they were just after religious vote.
well, I agree. I personally also feel like that those people as adults can make their own decision. And I think that for the sake of taxes and other issues like owning property and stuff like that, if they want to make a commitment to be in a partnership, that, you know, that I don't care what.
They should have another name, but they should have that right.
Yeah,
For the insurance, for property, for,
yeah.
but not marriage. Contract?
Well, yeah. something.
Contractual rights, yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
Partnership. Union.
You legally adopt.
Union. Oh no, see, that's a whole other issue there, is they're adopting. But, you know, that one,
Well, that's.
that makes me mad too,
yeah.
because like the Christian people are so angry about that. And I'm like, okay, so y'all
Well,
adopt them.
Yeah, you adopt those kids, and they adopt the kids that are like in the worst situations.
Yeah. So if they're, no, we don't have time, or we don't have room, or, you know, it's gonna be inconvenient, oh, okay, then don't worry about it, you know? You're gonna worry about it, worry
Child
about it.
needs love no matter from where it's coming. Grandparents, uncle, aunts.
Yeah.
Poor little kid. Man. They didn't ask for that situation, of course, no kid does.
No.
But who would want to grow up then and know that, you know, that's,
That's the parents they have
I
now.
don't,
Yeah.
well, that's what I was gonna say about that drummer for Led Zeppelin. He was considered the best drummer in rock and roll, and at the age of 32 years old, he drank himself to death with vodka. He drank so much vodka in 12 hours that it killed him.
why did he do it?
haven't done a real
I
big study
think he
on
was gay, wasn't he? And he didn't want to come out.
it. Really?
No, Led Zeppelin. I'm talking about the other guy. Hold on. Queen. No, not Queen.
No,
The one that sings "We Are the Champions." Who's that one? We are the champions. We are the champions.
Oh,
He should have been the number one
Yeah, but
rocker.
they were all gay, weren't they?
No, the Led Zeppelin, no. Now, the Who, Peter Townsend, the lead guitar player for the Who. Um,
What are those,
It's
the
one of
Villagers or something?
Oh, no, those are definitely all gay. Well, this guy would say, "We are the champions, we are the champions." And every game you hear, that's the one song that comes out all the time.
I don't know.
But anyway, they didn't give him the title because he was gay, and he also committed suicide.
Well, I don't know. See, that's a whole other issue there too.
But Led Zeppelin's, drummer would be old now.
Well, that's true. That's very true. Because they were older than me when I listened to them. When I was in high school.
Shoot, man, that's old.
Yeah. And the rest of them are still alive. Well, I don't know. I don't think the singer's alive. I'm not sure.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I was supposed to stop at Best Buy and pick something up. Yeah, I don't have time for him. He wants I guess it's called a rack to hold the TV on top. It would be called a rack, wouldn't it?
Probably. To hang it on the wall or to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Some kind of a mount rack,
A wall mount.
a wall mount. I'm trying to determine the words.
Plus, you gotta know what size TV and stuff.
Oh, it's for a TV probably a little bit shorter, about the size of this frame, but not quite as long. It's because I go to sleep in my closet. Because when he works real hard, he snores and then I can't sleep.
So you watch TV in your closet?
It's probably the length of this room and about right here. There's a twin size bed. My kids' clothes hangs up here on my side. This is his side, and then it used to be a window, and now that was an extended attic part to the house. And now that's where we throw the dirty laundry from the shower. We throw it over here, and it ends up in the handle. So it's a closet / laundry room / it's a lot of things. In fact, I used to have my sewing machines there, but since my daughter married, my son took over her room and I took over his room. So my goodies are now in his room, except for the bed, because I need all that space. All right, Ricky. You've been partying too much.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, your mom does it once in a while.
Wonder what's causing that.
What?
Hiccup.
I'm sitting over here more or less belching really, but
She thought you were hiccuping, you
I
should
know.
have
It
looked
sounds,
at
it
it.
sounds more like a hiccup than
does
a
it?
booze.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hiccuping. I'm over here
There you
hiccuping.
go. That's what it sounds like. You're not going, "Brrr."
Not a real belch, huh?
My son does that. Mama. That's nasty story.
You know, I had a friend that said she tooted in church and it came out loud. She did, and Barbara, Pauline Phillips, and Barbara, her little girl, was about 5. She said, "Barbara."
That's a shame on you.
I thought, how could you do your kid that way?
Shoot, if
Yeah.
I'd been sitting next to her, I'd have said, hang on a second, I gotta move.
You said what?
Hang on a second, I gotta move.
My husband will start walking away from him. Hey, where are you going? I'm gonna take a walk. Okay.
Please do, huh?
Yeah, like, Renee, where are you going? I'm gonna take a walk. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm not even gonna ask him, why are you taking a walk away from me? He's trying to spare me.
Don't you dare take a walk away from me.
No, you better take a walk.
Man, oh man, I get so tired of waking up and
Going back to sleep.
yeah. No, well, you said you just had a seizure. Who else was out there besides you at that time?
There was two men that helped you up. And the nicest man and his mother, I didn't know she's his mother. I didn't dream she didn't look much older than him to me. And she said her daughter-in-law had just had seizures. So she said, do you know what month it is? Do you know where you are?
Yeah.
Asked you, so when the EMT started to come over, she said, I did their work for them.
Yeah, they kind of did the same thing again.
Yeah, and she was, that was the only seizure her daughter-in-law had. And it was that the young man's wife. Said she's the only one that's the only one she's had.
Well,
You know, just for safety precautions, you should wear a bracelet that says that you have a seizure, just in case, like, let's say you happen to be in front of a cop, you might think you're drunk or on drugs, and then they even beat up people because they're so stupid, they don't realize that people have situations.
you know
like
what
that.
happened in California? When you leave Long Beach and go into whatever it is that's on the west end of Long Beach,
Mhm.
they had a construction zone there on the road, and it was probably about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was traffic, you know. And they had a trailer set up there that had a flashing arrow to let you know, get in the other lane, you know, that there's construction in this lane. And there was a police officer standing there directing traffic. And right when I pulled up to that intersection, I had a seizure, and he had to jump out of the way, and I hit that trailer with the sign. And then him and another police officer was there, and a lady police officer came up who had seizures. She was.
The least you recognize what the
So they told her to talk to me. I didn't get a ticket. There was nothing. There was
No,
nothing.
no, you were lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, that story, you know, he had to literally get out of the way because
Yeah, because you just.
yeah.
And I'm guessing that's when your license went bye-bye.
No,
No?
no.
Wow.
There was no report even made. I had at least 10 accidents with no report ever even being made.
Ricky.
It wasn't until the last year I had 3 accidents that year, and on one of them, on Highway 3, I'd had a seizure on the Beltway. Right there.
And
at Highway
driven
3.
down, didn't you?
Well, I drove off. I got off of the Beltway, got down on the feeder, and drove down Highway 3. And I was driving down Highway 3 without my lights on, with the front end of my car was. And actually, if I had it to do over again, I went to the junkyard and got my car. They were happy. I just left it with them. But when the police saw me
Was it
driving down the
BMW?
road, huh?
Wasn't it a BMW?
No,
Oh,
no,
not
that was that LeSabre that I like so well.
Oh.
When Houston Fire Department showed up with their emergency vehicle, they were insisting that I go to the hospital, and I told them no. I said because they're not going to do anything for me except release me. So you know, if you and then charge me, and they're going to want to bill me for it.
Mm-hmm.
I said no, I'm not going. They said, well, you have to go. And I said, well, then you have to pay for it. So they didn't make me go. But it was right after that I lost my license. So I think pushing that situation got enough report made that, you know.
Yeah, because think about it, like you almost took that cop with you.
But that happened 5 years before.
But that's what I'm saying. You're lucky you
Oh,
were
yeah.
able to keep it that long.
I had at least, I was on the front page of the Pasadena Citizen where the year I lost my license, one of the wrecks I had that year, in '08, I was going down Strawberry between Vista and Fairmont, and I had a seizure, and the witness said my car looked like it was in a Hollywood movie. It flipped so many times,
She said 20 times.
and I took down a tree, and then they got a picture of me standing there
Like nothing.
looking at the car, looking at the police, and I'm on the front page of the Pasadena Citizen, and I didn't get a ticket for that one either.
The reason you didn't hurt yourself is because when people faint, they go into this jello mood
Yeah,
that you flex very easily. That's why drunk people never get hurt either. They go into that jello
Well, boy,
state.
he's better be because he's really stiffens up.
Oh, afterwards, yeah. Yeah.
I would always wear my seatbelt too, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that helped too. But yeah, I figured that you know,
Yeah, once you, like, when you were having it here, you were soft. But once you are starting to wake up, that's when you get real hard and stiffen. So that would have been, like, when you're driving, if you stiffen and you get in the impact,
Yeah.
it breaks your bones,
Right.
it crashes whatever. But luckily,
the first one I had was right over there, a couple of blocks from our house, and that's one that was in 90. Let's see, when was that? That was about 96 or 97, maybe 96. I'm not sure when it was. And I hit an apartment building doing about 60 or 70 miles an hour.
well, because you're stepping on it as you're going into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm sure you were driving normal 35 to begin with, but as you start fading,
The apartment building was abandoned. It was they've redone it, and there's people living there now, but at the time there was nobody living in the whole complex. When I went down to the junkyard the next day to see my car, the front headlight was hanging out, and it wasn't even broken, but it was hanging. The car was demolished, but there was a strip of negatives, 4 images of a mom and 2 daughters sitting on a couch behind the headlight of that car.
you barely missed him.
Yeah, that's probably who used to live there. Could you imagine sitting there on your couch with your children watching TV, and all of a sudden some car comes slamming through the wall at 70 miles an hour?
You weren't going 70 miles an
I
hour.
was going about 65 or 66 maybe.
Who told you that?
Mom, I don't have a clue. I was going fast enough that the car was completely inside the building, don't you remember?
Yeah, you have to have speed in order to get in there.
Yeah.
Because if you crash, if you're just driving and you crash, you're just gonna crash. But if
Yeah.
you push the car inside, you have to pick up speed.
It was completely inside the building. They had to pull it out. Actually, it got more damage when they pulled it out than it did whenever it went in, because the brick facade on each side of the area that it went in collapsed on top of it when they pulled it out.
There we go.
What are you saying?
I said, there we go, because I was trying to get into this thing and I couldn't, but I had to turn off the phone and let the thing perk up again. Oh, there's one over here off of Fairmont. I guess I can't stop on the way back.
What, a Best Buy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you knew about it, that's why.
Yep.
That's where the thing I just bought at Walmart was $10 cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
You would have bought it $10 cheaper at Best Buy?
No, she got it $10 cheaper, you said, right?
If I went ahead and bought it at Walmart, but
Oh.
it was $139. I could have got it for $129 at Best Buy.
Okay.
Because we were late and
We always have more time than we have money, so.
I was short, but this time it wasn't that way.
I had to be here and
It's just that Mom is kind of like my taxi, and you know, and I can barely afford the rates as it is.
So you better hurry up.
oh, here's what I need to do.
Customer assistance, spray paint happening across, customer assistance, and the spray paint happening across.
You got, what you call it's coming tonight?
What, nachos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Well, Ricky, you're hicking up and
Yeah.
Okay, so I checked, they don't have it.
they don't.
No, they have these big old things and that's not what he wants. It wasn't, it's a small one.
I used my my barcode reader on my iPhone
Mm-hmm.
on that item at Walmart, you know, just to see how much it was, because they didn't even have a price posted. Yeah, and it gave me off and wham this long list of everybody and how far they were from where I was at, and you know how much they were, and it actually said the Walmart was $179. And I thought, whoop, that ain't gonna work. We're definitely going somewhere else, you know.
Yeah.
But then I went ahead and took it up to the cash register and got them to give me a read. And they said it was $139, and that's
So that could be a little bit
Well, why
disappointing
would
because
they
that's
say
$40
so much
difference.
more?
Oh.
yeah.
Now, is it the barcode with the lines or the one with the little square?
With the lines.
Either one. It should, the ones with the goopled up stuff, you can read them too, can't you?
I can't, but I think that this can.
He's such a smart aleck.
Here, we'll see if it can read this. I don't know if it can read that or not.
Well, I know you read the one at Pizza Hut that wasn't barcode. pizza, CC's.
Oh, this is giving me a website address, and I read the goopled up code, and it's doing
All kinds of information, huh?
it. Yeah. So yeah, this same scanner reads both.
Here, I guys, I'm gonna show you. Put your eyes on.
Oh, how cute.
What you gonna talk about? Let's talk about Crystal. She's not here right now. She's not listening. Let's talk about your mama. Where's your mama? Where's your mama? She left your bed. She left your bed right here. Can you say ahoo? Say ahoo. Come on, say ahoo.
What's he got on his head?
It's a little hat.
Can you say
It's
ahoo?
getting shorter and shorter every time.
What's the matter? Cat cut your tongue? Did the cat cut your tongue?
He really talks a lot when you're not paying much.
Say hello.
Can you hear him?
Say hello.
Yeah.
Hey, are you my niece? I recognize my niece. Oh. Can you say ahoo? Ahoo. Ahoo.
I heard it.
Number one. Number one. Show me one. Show me one. Number one. Where's number one?
Say I am.
Yeah. No, he tends to lift that finger. And so I don't know what he can see his finger.
What happened?
There you go. Trying to talk.
Is that what happened?
Oh,
I
that's
know.
cute.
When he finally started wanting to talk, it was off. Okay. She went to the rodeo over the weekend and called her dad. She said, "You can look up for the baby?" He said, "Yeah, we can." I said, "Well, I'll help you for a little while because I got people to take care of. I don't get a chance to spend too much time with them."
What was that? You to babysit, you mean?
Well, if you can call it babysitting, it was just like 2.5 hours. It wasn't that much.
No. They had to hurry. Did you have hair appointments?
Yeah. Plus, I had a lot of things to do in the evening. I had already committed to something else with somebody else.
You're a hard grandma.
Well, I eat too much. I don't sit still. It'd be different if all I did was hang around and.
Because that was all you had to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. I hope I wasn't really in your way, Ricky. I just realized.
You'll get over it. Don't worry about it.
It's like the whole camera wasn't there. I'm like, Nora. I just hopped on.
Oh, well, I was just watching the baby anyway.
Yeah, but he's just wasting his film there.
It's quite all right. I'm trying to figure out how to edit this stuff, and I'm having a hard time with that. And now I'm trying to learn how to get close-ups and trying to get different types of stuff so that when I do edit it, it'll be
Mean
more
something,
appealing.
Yeah.
Because
My son has drilled it on my brain. You just go to the YouTube and ask the question, and there's 100 people that'll.
yeah.
give
I
you
in fact did start doing that yesterday on video.
how to
Yeah.
this, how to, and specify the type of camera you have and the type of computer you're gonna use it on.
Yeah.
And it gives you more options. Because everybody will try to give you information on theirs, and then that's not what you have. So
Right.
I try to label mine, whatever I'm going from to, like from a Canon to a Mac. And then you get those videos that specifically go to the, otherwise, if you just put from the camera to the computer, oh, you're gonna
Right.
get all kinds of good and bad. If you narrow it down to whatever items you have, then you have like more precise information. I guess.
Canon is one of the leading manufacturers, or has been.
Mhm.
They've kind of been the leader in the market
But
for,
see, that's a Sony, so you would say from a Sony
yeah.
to a whatever you have.
And there's a Canon that looks like a 35 millimeter, but it's actually a video camera, a leading video camera for like wedding photographers or for documentary photographers and stuff. Because of its convenient size, the body alone cost $11,000.
Well, that's for somebody who's gonna make a profit off of it. I mean, that's their living.
Well, yeah, I'm not begrudging them making a living.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm
do.
begrudging is them begrudging me making a living.
I do if that's the one I want. I don't want to make too much on it.
But the bottom line is that if you're going to be making videos like weddings, or if you're going to have any kind of professional approach, any serious approach to, and I really want to get serious, I want to start doing documentaries, and I think that Bible studies and ministries need to really start using YouTube type approaches. So the better the equipment you can have, you know, your goal is to be effective. Your goal is to have results. And then you're going to have the editing equipment, and you're also going to need to have skills. You're going to need to have the knowledge and the skills. So you're talking
Investing a lot of time.
and money.
Mhm.
Yeah. But like the church we're going to now, there's the man there that's involved with the Channel 26 donated that church 2 cameras, studio cameras, big kind. I guess they're kind of out of date now. So, but still, they use them there at that church, and he's kind of in charge of that department. But he works out at a plant as an analyzer technician, which is the same kind of field that I was in. And he also photographs weddings and portraits, which I used to also do that. So we have a lot in common. And I'm thinking about trying to sell him on the idea of a video production ministry, and since he's already got a reputation, or since he's already got some sort of a resume, that church is growing pretty quick. It's got some financial, they might actually, there might be some kind of way to come up with equipment, I don't know.
Why don't you go shop around at pawn shops? They have I've seen professional cameras at pawn shops for about at least $2,000. They are professional.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to know what you're buying too.
Right, and also the thing that makes me nervous about this kind of equipment nowadays is it's so complex. It's got so many options that.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons that I didn't want to get the fancy cameras, because like the more expensive, the more tedious it's gonna be for my brain, and I'm not gonna wrap around it. I want to aim and shoot, and I know how to do a couple of things, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to get the other one. I want to get the because I've always had that the Canon, the SLR single, the digital ones. The Rebel what?
Well, EOS.
XTI, I think is the one I have right now.
Is it?
XTI. But I've had, every time they come up with a newer one, every 5 to 6 years, I'll jump to the next one, which is not the new one, but it's one below it, and it's not as expensive as the new one, because I'm still gonna get to it eventually.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm learning it, and I get tired of it, and I'll get another one. Because like I said, I've gotten to where even software, I buy a really expensive one, and guess what? Can't use it. It's too complicated.
I've got an EOS 20. It's a nice It was a step above the Rebel, but I've had it for several years now. And I'm really wanting, the EOS 1D was the one that I was looking at, which was $11,000, so I probably won't be getting that one right away. And that was without a lens. You know, that was
Yeah, I know, that's usually, that's the worst part. But that's the only reason that I stick to Canon is because I have so many good lenses that I just buy a new body.
Well, I've got two lenses that were made for the film cameras. They weren't really made for the digital cameras. An 85 millimeter lens and a 50 millimeter lens, I think, that I want to get rid of.
Take it to a pawn shop, see how much they give you.
Thought about that. I thought about getting on eBay or something, or
That's another, or
Yeah.
Craigslist.
yeah.
eBay would be all over the place and Craigslist would be just here in Houston.
I bought them brand new because I didn't know anything about digital. I knew about film cameras, and they tried to tell me when I bought them that I didn't want them, but I was.
You didn't need them, but you wanted them.
Well, they actually told me that they wouldn't even be that it wasn't the same thing. The focal length, 85 in film on 35 millimeter, the 85 was an excellent portrait lens. But in digital, that 85 is actually equal to about a 135 or something. I forget, but the ratio is different.
Yeah, because my first, that was just not a digital, the first one, it was a standard, what is it, normal,
50.
35 to 55 or something like that,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then when I got the digital one and I started buying lenses, the first one came with this kit, which is the basic up to 55, and then you get an additional lens from 75 to 200 or whatever. And I thought, it makes no sense because if I want to take a picture, then I gotta wait, don't move, you know? So I went ahead and bought a lens that has compact from 18 to 250.
Well, and that's good, except that you're limited on your speed a lot of times.
But it's vacation.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
big thing.
Yeah.
And how much speed? I'm not gonna chase a.
And for your purpose, that's good. If you're out there trying to take pictures of birds to sell,
That would be something.
then you'll have two cameras.
Yeah.
One and they'll be
No, this
already
is.
mounted with lenses, you know, because the birds aren't going to wait.
No, exactly. Well, excuse me. Because I was telling Marianne, don't buy that lens. Just buy the body of the camera and then buy yourself this lens. And she said, no, because I like it that I can change it. I said, honey, when you're on vacation, you don't want to be carrying all these things. Plus, by the time you switch lenses, either the sunset has moved or the bird flew away, whatever it is. And after she bought it, she said, oh, I should have listened to what you were telling me. And I said, yeah, I try.
You okay, Mom?
Why?
She's concentrating.
'Cause I'm just nosy, I guess.
Well, I thought you were going to keep that one in shadow.
Which one?
The
Over
one you
here?
just, yeah, the one.
Did
you
I,
just-
yeah, I shouldn't I?
No, it looks good, but I mean, I thought it was going to be the whole thing.
Well, we'll see, I'll tone it down some.
You'll see, Nora. She's going to change the whole thing.
Well,
No.
that's the point, is it's not, it is in shadow, but it's a reflected light,
Yeah.
you see, it's,
She's going to come back and put a rose bush there.
yeah.
I think it's on the other end.
Oh.
I think the rose bush is still, there's some kind of
All right, well, we got some bushes over here.
See, when you get out of your little rotten spot, you can move fast. I think you're tired of that corner, that's all there is to it.
I'm telling you, this is a pain over here, I need to get
No, don't touch it today.
something, make it work.
Another day, you'll feel better about it.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I haven't touched mine, because I figure you're gonna change your mind about it.
Well, don't touch yours till I tell you.
I know. I was like, no, I'll let you move it till you're happy with it.
You know, when popes, they wear these red shoes that, anyway, it has to do with the persecution of the Christians. It has to do with the blood that was spilled, and I forget exactly how they stated it. This pope that's retiring, when he was in Mexico, they gave him a pair of shoes, pair of typical Mexican shoes as a gift, and those are what he's going to wear when he retires. He said they're comfortable. Yeah, he said he likes those. Plus, he's not going to wear a little frock, like cape-looking thing. He's just going to wear a regular white, whatever. I don't know what they call it. I can't remember now when reading the article.
Abby, no, that's what a nun wears.
Yeah, you better not do that.
I remember they were talking about his red Prada shoes. I'm like, the red Prada shoes? In other words, they were designer shoes. They weren't just red. Oh. Yeah, the colors red and purple and what's the other one that's meaningful? Gold.
Yeah, go.
Oh man, there was this wealthy man that collected quite a fortune when he was alive, and when he was getting ready, when he could tell that it was getting time for him to move on, and he knew that he wasn't going to be able to take what he had acquired in this life with him. You know, he just couldn't stand it because he'd spent so much time and effort and everything, and so he just really, really diligently pursued for God to allow him to bring, you know, some of his belongings with him. So he gets a large. He said, "Okay, you can bring one suitcase." God told him you can bring one suitcase. So this guy takes his largest suitcase he can find, and he has this gold bullion underneath his bed. So he puts the bullion in that suitcase, and when he gets there, St. Peter meets him and says, "You can't bring that with you." He goes, "Oh yeah, I've talked to God, and he said I could bring it with me." Peter said, "Well, let me see what you got." So the guy opens up the suitcase, and Peter said, "You brought pavement?"
You gonna fix our pave? Because the streets are gold up there.
He brought his money.
Yeah, what did you go to all that trouble for, dude?
It's like Joel Osteen said one also. He said that the lady's husband died and he was always so stingy with his money, and that he said, "Promise you will bury when you bury me, you'll put my money in my casket." And she said, "But honey, I gotta live too." She goes, "No, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you gotta promise you're gonna put all my money in my casket when I die." And well, she was obliged to say, "Yes, okay, I'll put your money in the casket. I promise." Well, he dies. So then the lady that knew her said, so how are you gonna live? She goes, well, I don't know, but I had to keep my word. I put all his money in his casket. So I wrote him a check.
So what?
She wrote him a check.
Ha!
You know, the full amount is in there.
Good for her.
He didn't care whether she was gonna make it or not. He wanted his money in there. How
Yeah.
mean.
I think that would have sounded better if she would have said, I need one for a code 3 on 2.
Code GM what?
She said code 3 on 2. I said it would have been better if she would have said, I need one for a code 3 on 2. I bought a 3 terabyte external hard drive today so that I can store videos and stuff on it. That was what cost me $139, 150 with tax.
3.
Terabyte,
Well, you have more than
3,000 gig. I just filled up a 1.5 terabyte that I bought about a year ago or a year and a half ago. But I filled up with backups off my computer. I got to figure out how to get in there and erase the backups because it just seems to be accumulating them. I thought when it backed up, it would get rid of the one before.
No, you are backing up everything that's in your computer.
Yeah, and it's backing it up every
I
like
wanted
weekly.
just to back up my pictures, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, so I got to go in there and eliminate it. Figure out how to eliminate all the files that were.
Because I installed on my a time machine, which is basically the same thing, but it's a 1. And he said, "Oh, you shouldn't have any problems with this one." And then he looked and he goes, oh, never mind. I have too much. You said.
Well, I have on my hard drive, on my laptop, I have a 350 gig hard drive. And just from the videos in this class, I've already put like about 50 gig, or I don't know how much.
I don't know how much mine has, but I've been putting everything in an external drive, but it's a little one, my pictures, which is what I thought the time machine was gonna do the same, have me select the ones that I wanted, but instead it just backs up your whole computer. I'm like, oh, that's not what I want.
Yeah, it's backing up all the programs, it's backing up everything.
Everything you do is like, why? I don't need all those things. Maybe my bank and stuff like that, but not everything I saw or want to do. What I need to do is go take classes, because I'm tired of asking him for stuff when I have to wait till he comes home from work or school. But I hate to drive.
Seems like that might be well, of course, that's a real burden too. It's easier to do a class, but I'm sure that's available the same way you said the other stuff was available.
I tried looking at, they just show you how to install it, but nobody's out there taping, how can you delete stuff that you don't want? I checked and checked and checked. And that would mean that I need to go and go to the Apple store and spend time with them, which I don't want to drive it anywhere.
Monty Zucker, who teaches portrait photography lighting.
Huh?
Monty Zucker, one of his samples is a husband and wife, or a couple anyway, and she's pregnant. And he's standing there by her, and it's mostly her from like the bottom of her belly up, and him standing behind her, and she's nude.
Really?
Yeah.
When Demi Moore was expecting, she had a cover on one of the covers of People or some magazine like that. They painted her tux on her body. She was standing there nude.
Yeah.
With a tux painted on her.
She was at the Grammys or something, wasn't she? I think they had to change the rules where they said, no, you got to really wear clothes or something like that.
She wasn't.
No, I'm serious. They did do
No, but
something.
they did, but not for her.
Oh, okay.
No, she's never been one to be. It was more like Jennifer Lopez and all the other ones.
What did they change the rules to?
You have to really cover a
They
lot.
were starting to wear lingerie and all kinds of
Literally.
stuff. Yeah.
Strings.
Yeah.
Strings to hold the dress.
I saw some girl at Kroger the other day that was pregnant, and she had on a pair of gym shorts and a tank top. That was it, you know.
You know, that can work for some people because they have nice skin, but when it's all stretched out, please cover it up.
Well, I mean, her skin, it was covered up, you know, just covered up with skin tight, one layer tank top.
One layer of nothing.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw a pregnant girl in a t-shirt, I thought, my God, what's going on? Now it's just like, oh yeah, she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So now the kids that are growing up now, that's normal. That's what they
Oh,
see,
yeah.
normal.
It's just like I'm sure in Miss Rita's time, when her parents saw Elvis Presley jiggle, oh my God, they freaked out.
Yeah, that was risque.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you who else freaked out. Every little girl in America.
Yeah.
Like, good grief, man.
He can move.
They
Yeah.
freaked smooth out.
And now if you go into a nightclub, you better close your eyes or you're not gonna be feeling good after a while. And that's the normal dancing. I'm like, oh Lord. I stopped going to nightclubs because of that.
I
I
saw
go dancing, but it's different.
some rock band said that when they first did their debut show, he said they went out on stage, and so when they came off stage, they were just looking at each other like, "What in the world happened?" He said because the crowd just went nuts. You know, they were like, they were like, "Wow, man, dude, we're in." You know.
We're it.
Yeah. Elvis, you know, was a gospel singer.
He was.
And every night after a show or whatever, they'd go to the room and sing gospel music all night while he got drunker and drunker.
Probably.
Well, he did. That was part of the story. And now the Christian music, now they have images, advertising, graphics, and also when they get up on stage, the guitar players are starting to do all the heavy metal, you know, and starting to move around like they're on stage doing heavy metal music.
Jeff's mother, when he first started, I guess he still probably plays that way. When he first started playing at their church, he embarrassed her to death because he, you know, just rocked back and forth with the music.
Yeah. Like, if you're into it, right?
Okay, Miss Rita. Let's
We
start
ready?
calling it quits. Yeah. My eyes hurt of seeing you paint so much.